Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are starting season 6 of Peaky Blinders. This is Black Day, of course, episode 1. I'm looking for some information and confirmation as to what happened in the finale of the previous season, as well as what is going on with Tommy's head and where he's at right now. It's going to be wild.
Who gave up the info? I am ready, willing, and able to find out because we all had our theories.
It's awfully bold of you to assume that we're ever going to find out. But look, what an absolute banger ending of season 5. As with all the previous seasons, can't wait to see how this final season plays out for our Shelby family.
I thought it was 10 seconds.
Season 6 is here! For us, at least. You know all the answers. We speculated very, very, very heavy on the last episode of season 5. I was just blown away on how season 5 was. Really looking forward to seeing how we somewhat, maybe even complete bow it together for season 6. What you got for Stephen Knight? Let's go! He tried. God damn.
Is it going to be Grace?
Nope.
Arthur took the bullets out on the way back.
That's the second time he didn't notice.
He said you stopped at a crossroads to throw up.
You're not even a soldier anymore, Tommy. You didn't check your weapon. You're not a soldier, you're a coward. I heard you pull the trigger, leaving your family behind without a goodbye. If you still need a way out, here are 6 of them.
Oh, shit.
Wow, that was some heavy shit there between those two. Mm-hmm. I get her anger, and I understand where he's at, but it's like, heat of the moment. Hopefully they take a fiver.
Yeah,
have
well,
a conversation.
Tommy's had things not work out in the past. He's always had to adapt.
How about that sound design?
I wonder if that's some symbolism there.
That's like Two-Face.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was just going to say.
Mother, they let you pass through. They wouldn't let me pass. As if there were to be another consequence.
The white flag for parlay.
Mr. Shelby, I imagine you're curious as to who it was prevented the assassination last night.
Yes, we are.
If you look out your window, you'll see a flag of truce.
It's
our
a unit
IRA.
of volunteers bringing the bodies of your dead to you to send to heaven in your own way.
Last night's operation was carried out by soldiers from 3 Dublin brigades of the Irish Republican Army.
We need to keep Mr. Mosley alive.
That's all you need to know.
Oh.
Wow. The IRA.
Also, you should know that saving Mosley's life wasn't our only intervention last night. We've made some changes to the structure of your organization.
Changes to the structure? The fuck is that supposed
There's
to
been
mean?
so much going on. I kind of forgot about the IRA and how much they were. I mean, not forgot about them, but forgot about her a little bit.
Can't believe we lost gold.
Ever since you began to build your empire, you've had a crutch to lean on. Last night we kicked away that crutch. From now on, it will be us that you lean on. Please be aware, Mr. Shelby, that the deaths of your people are your own responsibility because you consistently fail to understand your own limitations.
It's like the theme of the whole series.
Who all died? It was Aberama, Barney, and
Just those two.
Well, there's 3 bodies there.
3 bodies. Who was the other one? Who's the other one? No.
Michael's the one doing it.
Folks, did this have anything to do with real life?
Well,
or
that's
was
what I
this-
was just gonna say. Is she had passed in real life? I don't know the timing though. Or it could have coincided with her illness in real life.
Oh my God.
Story or all the way around. This is tough.
Wow.
It was the ambitions and strategies of one man that caused this. I swear in the name of Almighty God, no matter what it takes, no matter how many lies I have to tell, I will take revenge on Tommy Shelby.
There we go. Fire in the eyes again.
Oh, look at that stare.
We're doing a 4-year time jump?
4-year time jump?
We've always done that with every other season, pretty much, where they've done a slight time jump.
I guess, but wow, given where we're at.
I know.
Well, 4 years, especially in the political landscape, how much could have happened in 4 years?
To Helen.
To Helen.
To Helen.
Salud.
Wow, that came in fucking clutch for us today, boys. I did not. That one kind of took me out of it. Real life and whatnot.
Wow, that's God. She was such a powerful, pivotal character.
In the last scene we see of hers, giving her everything,
resigning.
Tommy walking off.
Yep.
Puppy. Oh, look
man.
who grew a mustache.
Somebody's looking very American gangster there.
December 5th, 1933, huh?
When did Prohibition end in the States? Was it 34?
Not sure.
God, I'm really curious now to see how the vibe of this show is going to be with
Oh, yeah.
Helen in it.
Oh.
Oh, that shit would get annoying.
Je m'appelle Tommy Shelby. J'ai réservé une salle de réunion. Je suis un enfant, je suis entré.
You want a drink?
I'll have a glass of water, please.
Oh,
what?
Water.
I think that's the first time.
Windows got broke because a lot of people here are drunk and angry. Half the men on this island made their living bootlegging till today. The other half fixed their boats.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was right around. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Ramène-nous une bouteille de whisky, Henri. Tu travailles pour une compagnie de whisky, c'est ça?
It's expanded into a lot of markets.
Yeah, I saw San Fran, Boston.
Où t'as appris à parler français?
En France. Yeah, I learned a lot of things in France.
Ireland is crawling with you. Commissary man, closing our warehouses down, throwing men out of work.
Jean-Claude, laisse cet homme tranquille.
Jean-Claude.
10 years, our boat ran whiskey down the president roads to Boston. Now we have nothing.
No.
And you sit in front of us and order water. Is that meant to be a joke?
No, I ordered water because I no longer drink alcohol.
Whoa.
You, my friend, are going to drink a toast. You're not leaving this bar until you have raised a toast to the people of Mykonos.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to get bad, isn't
Oh,
it?
boy.
I understand that today of all days, you would be angry, but if you had read my card instead of burning it, you would realize that this is
a misunderstanding. Now, I've been very patient given the circumstances, but you need to sit down and let me read my newspaper.
Oh! Well, there's Tommy Shelby.
Before this goes any further, please let me explain. I will not drink your toast, because 4 years ago I forswore alcohol. You don't. No.
Oh.
Don't.
Oh!
Now, my guests will be arriving shortly. I need to prepare the room. Can you show me where?
And that is that.
They think we're the distillery men here to take our whiskey back.
We're late. He's always early. Let's go.
Wow, 4 years with not knowing much about Michael's success.
Yeah, or anything.
This is going to be a wild ride for sure.
Yeah, we're really going to have to get caught up on the Shelby family.
Hello, Tommy. There's a man out there having his face stitched back up.
That was a misunderstanding. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Michael.
Since my mother passed away 4 years ago, Tommy and I haven't even spoken.
Well, we've both been very busy.
You've been too busy to punish the people who killed her.
You know, Michael, when you're dealing with a very powerful enemy, taking revenge sometimes requires time. You have to pick your moment.
Oh.
That moment will come.
That squeaking in the background's driving me nuts.
How was the family?
All right, time to get caught up.
We're having this Christmas party early because tomorrow, me and Charles and Ruby are going on a big ship to Canada.
Ooh.
You haven't got me. But I'm gonna go.
For the last 12 years, the men of this island have been making their living from bootlegging whiskey, from navigating the waters and avoiding American border patrols. But now that whiskey is about to become legal, the trade will fall back into the hands of capitalists from New York, Boston, and Toronto. But when one door closes, another one opens.
We can take advantage of the systems that are in place on Miquelon Island and offer selected boat crews the opportunity to carry on working.
But this time, with a different cargo.
What are we doing this time?
Yeah. It's gotta be blow, right?
No, it's all over the island.
This is an island with no morals and no opinions, just a load of boats with nothing to carry and nowhere to go. The reason why Miquelon was used to run whiskey in the first place is because it sits outside the territorial waters of both America and Canada. Technically, it's French territory. The FBI, the RCMP have no jurisdiction.
Michael, when it comes to this shit, you're the expert.
I trust him.
What about the French police?
I've been in communication with the Miquelon prefect of gendarme. We fought in two of the same battles in France. We consider each other comrades. I have offered my comrade 12 million francs. The boats between Miquelon and Boston keep running.
We will have to take your proposal to your Uncle Jack in Boston.
Perhaps we can meet after you've spoken with Uncle Jack, Michael, who I believe is your wife's uncle, Jack Nelson.
Hey!
Ooh.
The guy knows things that can get him killed, and he says them out loud.
He has a history on it like me own.
Jack Nelson's past is forgotten.
And gone.
No, not gone. Just erased from the records like me own. Give my regards.
Oh, the music, is that
got real
introducing
dark.
a new threat?
I mean, are we talking
on top of the other threat with this threat?
It's a babyface Nelson?
They say the fog is going to get worse. Better get off this island before it drops us here.
Just understand, Uncle Jack decides everything, okay? And I decide when the meeting is over. So sit down till I say.
Put some hair in your chest, huh?
They're trying to turn him back to the old Tommy.
Well, are they thinking like, hey, is this spiked? And that's the test here?
I think they're just
or
trying
they
to
just
see what
they
kind of
could
guy
be just
he
messing
is.
around.
Yeah.
I heard a poem. What about you? Brainbox.
Brainbox.
I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath. My wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not. My wrath did grow.
First, I thought he was slapping his knee.
The old
I think he's
slow
That's
clap.
from The Poison Tree by William Blake. You won't have heard of him. Meeting over. Oh, and by the way, my friend, the police commissioner, told me that he'd spoken to his FBI liaison officer, and he told him that there is an informant in your organization in South Boston. I'll tell you this in the spirit of corporate hygiene.
Oh, you got a mole.
Read this one.
cut us off to see an opportunity.
Yes, it is. Oh, the slow-mo of the pigeon.
Passez-moi le détective Florence de la police maritime de Saint-Jean. Yeah, I'm calling from Miquelon Island, from the police station. There is a boat leaving the island now, heading across the border. When it docks at St. John's, a man named Michael Gray will board a ferry to Boston. Listen very carefully. He's wearing a dark coat, a blue suit, and carrying a black briefcase.
Is he setting him up?
Inside the briefcase is £5 of pure, refined opium. Concerned citizen. Yeah, my name is Mr. Jones.
Setting up his cousin?
Shit, why would he set up Michael like that?
Yes, I do.
What?
Oh, do you want a drink? Yes, I
I
do.
don't drink anymore.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's get off this island.
You shouldn't be in here, Carl.
Oh. Young Carl is grown up.
Hello? Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Arthur down at the red light district.
All right. Come on, Arthur.
How the hell did he even make it down there?
I don't know.
Oh.
His brother, Thomas Shelby, says don't serve him opium ever again, or someone will write Arthur Shelby's name on your chest with a bayonet.
All right, pretty straightforward.
Yep. Oh, she have to visit Michael in prison now?
So, what the
I just wanted to see your face and smell your perfume.
Tommy Shelby steps back into your life and right away, this is what happens?
No names in here.
I'm sorry. Let's just call him the devil.
Take a seat. How is Lawrence?
Oh, you know, missing his father. What the happened, Michael?
It's in hand.
Whose hand? Whose hand, Michael? Hmm?
Maybe I should get out of here.
I'll just see myself out.
Yeah, there's a lot of information being passed around.
Like everything else in this city, it's in the hand of your Uncle Jack. I need him to get the charges lifted and get me out of here.
I already talked to him. He told me what the devil proposed. Tommy Shelby wants to do business with Jack Nelson. He wants to take on Boston?
No one is taking on anyone. It's in hand. There are deals being made at a high level, but there are some people at the middle level and lower levels who cannot be trusted.
Michael, this sounds...
Shut up and listen. It was Tommy himself who warned us of the informant. We're guessing that the informant was the one that tipped off the police about me.
What a setup.
What a setup.
Then the devil's plan has already begun. What's the point of ships and planes if you can't get away?
Gina, in today's paper, you'll read about a man being fished out of the Boston harbor with a bleeding heart tattoo and the name Maria written on his arm. Single shot to the head.
Yeah, I know. I read it already.
His death will lead to others. For this business to work, we must only use men we trust. And while the cleanup is being carried out, you must keep things to yourself. You talk loose to anyone, it'll be me in the harbor, and you'll be the Maria with the bleeding heart. Do you understand?
Pretty straightforward.
Good work, Tommy.
Michael, I just want the truth. No, that. I need the truth. Why are you doing business with him again?
You want answers?
Tell me what you're thinking of getting Lawrence for Christmas.
There are plenty of men who can supply powder all over the world. I don't understand why it needs to be him.
Some of my business with Tommy Shelby is unfinished.
Mm-hmm.
This is my opportunity to finish it. So speak to your uncle and get me the f*** out of here.
Oh.
Well,
look at those digs.
House looks pretty nice.
Look at this place.
Hello? Who?
Who?
Sure. Why the hell not? I heard you were in town, and I thought, well, little man hitting the big time. You like jazz?
No.
What do you want, whiskey?
Water.
I don't have any water. What else do you want?
I have a message for your Uncle Jack.
Tommy, relax. Have a drink.
Nope.
You know, my uncle's planning on buying the United States import license to all the best Scotch and Irish whiskey distilleries. He's on his way to London right now to make those deals. Every drop in every state will be another dime for Uncle Jack.
Yep. He's a very powerful, very impressive man. I've only seen photographs when he was young, police mugshots, and more recently in high society magazines. I think this represents progress.
And before you tell me what you want me to tell him, I have a message from him to you. No deal.
Oh.
In England, when someone gets this close to Tommy Shelby, it's, oh, the horror. Oh, the desire.
She's been waiting to do this to him forever.
To fall on your knees, open your mouth, and say, yes, sir.
Oh.
Please, sir.
So it's Uncle Jack you fall on your knees for, eh? Not Michael.
Oh. Oh.
He says no deal, Mr. Shelby.
He's from jail, Gina. And you drink too much.
Yes, but booze is legal. Your white powder's not. Jack has friends in the government now. Do you have any idea of how far he's risen?
Jack this, Jack that. Jeez.
To the big top. Can't have white powder on his shiny black boots when he's on his way to meet the President of the United States, because, yeah, that's where he goes now. So he can't really be taking such a big risk on such a little deal. Go home, boy. Bye-bye, Mr. Shelby.
Oh, she is loving this.
Yeah, you have another whiskey, Gina, another dime for Uncle Jack. You mind if I smoke?
If it's legal, it's okay.
Before I go, you should know that it was me who tipped off the border police.
No.
About the contents of Michael's suitcase. I'm the reason he's in jail.
Ooh.
I wanted to give your uncle a dilemma. His favourite niece's husband banged up in Boston for smuggling opium. What does he do?
Oh.
No.
If he intervenes and has him released, how will that play in the Oval Office? If he does nothing, how does that play in South Boston?
Oh, you. Fine. Stay here. Deal here. Die here for all I care.
Wow.
Here's hand, Gina. Hey. My message to your uncle is this. If he doesn't want to buy my opium, I will sell to the East Boston Jews.
Oh, the music. So good.
Do you want to start a war?
With that amount of opium, a balance of power between the Irish, the Jewish, and the Italians.
Setting it all up.
Shift heavily in favor of the East. I have excellent contacts with the family that runs East Boston. The Solomons family.
Oh, Alfie.
Alfie's folks.
Once you people have accepted that you must treat us as equals, then I think our families will work together very well. Have a good day, Gina.
Wow.
Now Tommy's one step ahead.
Yep, he's got the upper hand.
You want a war?
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna give you one if you don't play ball. Holy shit.
Holy cow.
Gina thought everything was going
Who's this,
so
though?
well for her.
Yes, I'll accept the call.
Hello, Lizzie.
Tommy, it's Ruby. She's not well. She's got a temperature of 101. Doctor's just left.
What did he say?
He says he thinks it's flu, but he's going to come later to check on it.
Uh-oh.
Tommy, he said it's not a good idea for us to travel. We can't board that ship to Boston today.
It's all right, Lizzie, don't worry. Don't worry, you just stay there for now and get her better and, can I speak to her?
She's sleeping.
Yeah, we'll let her sleep. Lizzie, I've a bit more business to do here. Look, you just book a new passage. When Ruby's feeling better, it doesn't matter if you don't get here for Christmas, just as long as you get here, right?
I'll get this business done.
You get here with the children, and then no more. And it'll just be us and the clean air out on the west. mountains. There'll be snow. Tell Ruby I'll build her a snowman. How long has she been coughing?
Are you guys worried that it's going to make some noise in the background there?
Are you okay, Tommy? Your voice, it sounds different.
I'll get this business done in Boston. That'll be the end of it. And then I just want to pick Ruby up and hold her in my arms. You know? I miss the weight of carrying her.
I gave her a present early. She loves them. But last night she was burning up. She was delirious. She kept talking. Johnny's kids have been teaching her to speak gypsy.
Oh, does she have the gift?
Teaching her to rob and steal, more like.
Yeah. And when she was delirious, she kept saying these gypsy words.
Oh, boy.
Tiknamora. Tiknamora, oh bang, over and over again.
What is it? What did you say? What did Ruby say?
Tiknamora, something like that.
Did she say any other words that you didn't understand?
Oh bang, I don't know.
Lizzie, did she say any other words in Romany? Listen to me.
I don't know Romany words, Tommy. I don't think so.
Just Tiknamora, an old bang.
Yes.
Did she see anything when she was burning up? What did she see? Lizzie, please just answer the question.
She said she could see a man. A man with green eyes. She was delirious. She was burning
She's
up.
got the gift, just like Aunt Polly.
All right, listen, Lizzie, I'm coming home.
Tommy, it's just a fever, love.
Listen to me, I'm coming home. I'll be on the next steamer back. Keep it out of school. Hear me? Keep it out of school. You keep it away from the...
Tommy!
Keep it away from the river. Don't let her ride a horse. I'll go near the horse.
Tell Johnny Dogs and his wives the words that Ruby has been saying.
Do you hear me? Tell Johnny's eldest wife
to put a black Madonna around her neck. You listen to Esmeralda the same way you listen to a doctor.
You hear me?
Gypsy stuff.
Yes, it is gypsy stuff. Is it? Yes, it is. And you get Curly there. Time to stay in the stable with Ruby's horses.
And you do everything that Johnny Dogs and his wife tell you. Do you understand me? I'm sorry, Lizzie. Do you understand?
Okay. I'll do it.
Oh.
All right, I'm coming on.
Holy shit.
What the hell is it that would set Tommy off to where he's just got to bail?
Oh.
Polly?
Oh, the lights flickered.
I know, I'm trying to get out. Paul, they're coming for me.
Who?
There ain't no grave can hold my body down.
Oh, what a version.
Ain't no grave.
What a version of this.
He's going to see Michael. Is this how we're going to end?
I have to go back to England early. Let's make this quick, okay?
You just pull up and you run away.
No, this business will continue. Jack Nelson is also travelling to England, to London and to Edinburgh to buy import licenses.
How the do you know where Jack Nelson's going?
Well, I have copies of his itinerary, or his personal correspondence, letters from the President of the United States and his many mistresses. I have contacts in his organisation. An Irishman with a mortgage is a powerful resource, Michael.
You're dead, Tommy.
Oh.
Get out of your depth. You're dead already. You threatened to sell to the Jews.
And I have contacts in this prison. These boys here will look after you during your stay.
I don't need your people to look after me. Jack Nelson's getting me out of here.
Oh, yeah? Is he? This is a letter. Yeah, give him this letter, will you? This is a letter from the President's personal secretary suggesting Jack Nelson keep you in here for a while longer, just until the press lose interest, Michael.
What a...
You.
What
You'll
a play.
be released eventually, and then you can execute your business with me as before. Our business being $5 million for a shipment of powder. And when the exchange is done, we can shake hands and go our separate ways once more, eh?
So you didn't learn. When my mother died at the hands of your ambition, you didn't learn your limitations.
Man's got to know
There
his
was-
I have
limitations.
no limitations.
Oof.
Oh, by the way, Michael, according to Jack Nelson's personal accounts, he bought passage for 5 people from Boston to Liverpool. 5 people, his wife, his mistress, President Roosevelt's son, himself, and Gina Gray. Gina's coming to London, Michael, where I will be happy to show her the sights.
Yes! Boston
Spirits, Boston Irish, Uncle Jack. I'm ready for the conversation.
Black.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there it is. In dedication and memory of Helen.
I just love how Tommy he's constantly up against it, and you never think he's got a way out with, regardless of how bad it gets. And look, we saw a lot of bad stuff with Tommy with the whole episode, but the one thing that really struck me was when he was first making the deal, or not making the deal, but when he was first talking to Gina, and then when he was talking to Michael there at the end. Look, everybody thinks they have Tommy figured out in this case. They think they know that they got him. He's small potatoes. We don't need to mess with him. Gina said, we've moved on to liquor and other legal stuff. We don't have to worry about what you're providing. And look, the setting was perfect. You have Gina in this big, huge house to kind of portray this level of like power and authority. And she thought she had it over Tommy, and she acted as much. I mean, I had said, I don't know if it'll make the cut. She's been waiting years to be able to do that to Tommy, to be able to treat him that way, to be able to talk down to him. She's always wanted to do that, and it's always been kind of in the background. She had to sit there and hold her tongue and just kind of look on, but Anna Taylor-Joy is such a great actress. You could tell in her face from the previous season of what she was kind of really thinking about Tommy, and how she really wanted Michael to kind of take the bull by the horns and be the lead dog, be the one running everything. And she thought she had it figured out, and then Tommy came through with his information, his contacts, what he was going to do to start a war, who he was going to sell to instead to completely change the shift of power. I thought all that was brilliant, and it was so surprising because when we started the episode, Tommy was just, man, he was rough. We, of course, had the 4-year time jump, but that, he's face down in the mud in the field. He's ready to opt out. Again, Arthur took the bullets out, but again, Tommy's tripped up by an empty weapon again, and I like how it was mentioned to him, hey, you're not a soldier anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You not
Lizzie.
Yeah, Lizzie said you don't act the same way as you did when you were a soldier. I thought that was brilliant because I liked the callback when he was dealing with Adrian Brody's character, and it was the same situation with the bullets. But yes, it's so brilliant that Tommy was able to turn it around. We had the 4-year time jump, different guy, not drinking, doesn't want the rage to come out, so to speak. And I thought this was just those two scenes, and again, where Tommy just cornered Michael and put him in a spot, laid everything out there, saying what he's going to do. And, oh, yeah, by the way, Gina's coming to England. Those two scenes I thought were just brilliant and just showed Tommy's character this season, how I thought it's evolved.
Yeah, like we've always said throughout the entire time the show has been on about Tommy's limitations, he finally says it where he goes, I have no limitations. And so, he's always trying to go bigger, better, badder with anything and everything does. But at least this time, with him being sober and stuff, and like he's telling Lizzie he wants to do this one final job.
One last job, then it's out west.
Then it's Tahiti, but he wants to go out in the mountains, and he wants to build a snowman with Ruby. And I thought it was interesting, too, that Ruby had a flu and how dire it was back then. Now, don't get me wrong, a flu can be a bad situation now, but back in the early 30s, in 1933, that could almost be a death sentence. You have to make sure you take good care of the person when they have the flu. And
at first I thought maybe it was a ploy from Lizzie, but then it was the gypsy stuff coming out when she's got the gift.
Yeah, when she started saying, watch out for a man with green eyes. So I thought that was a new dynamic to have that, because Paul isn't there to be the one to say these things and to use and speak in gypsy, versus now it could have been passed on, because I think they did mention earlier on in seasons it gets passed down. So now it got passed down to Ruby to where she's saying the same thing. And then Arthur is just a total mess. I mean, he's back to using. He even said not to use anymore, but he's like, it's Christmas Day when we found out it wasn't. It was like a few days before Christmas, and he's still using. And he's down by the Chinese, and he's using so bad that Ada has to come down and write his name on his chest because he doesn't know who or what or where he is.
He's on the opium now.
I don't know how. I mean, because now that Tommy's coming back because of the gypsy talk, how is he going to be? Is he going to be able to talk sense into Arthur? Because Arthur right now looks like, and that's granted, we've been saying it for all 5 seasons. He has been slowly spiraling down the drain, but even now, I mean, his kid is trying to play with him, I believe that was his kid that was with the Tommy piece, but and he was playing with him a little bit too, but then passed out in the kitchen, then passed. We don't even know how he got down to the Chinese. Like when Oak said it, we're like, no, that can't be him. Maybe it's Finn, because we haven't found out what Finn has been up to either. And so we thought it was maybe it's an introduction into what Finn has been up to last 4 years. No, we didn't see him. So it was Arthur down there. Like, my God, the time jump was great, but there's just a few people we like to catch up on. But once again, Paul, man, you were a great job. You'll be sorely missed in this season. I'm sure the writing will still be amazing and everything, but she was such an amazing character that, I'm sad to say that she's gone from us in real life. So it was nice that they did the in memorial for her at the end of the episode.
Yeah, it's hard to come in as reactors and talk about an episode like this when you know that that somebody passed under, from what we understand, pretty bad circumstances. So it would be one thing to come in and have kind of this, like, this, oh wow, like, holy shit kind of reaction for losing a main character. We've seen that with of course with John and other characters and earlier in the show and of course in anything we watch, but it definitely hits a lot different when you lose a main character in a show because the actress passes in real life. So it's look, and I know this happened years ago, right? And we were aware when we started this series that she had passed away. I don't think any of us really knew what sort of time frame it was in relation to the filming. So again, I feel like we're in a little bit of a weird spot. Of course, a lot of time has passed, or a handful of years at least, since she passed away. Yeah, 2021. But at the same time, it's heavy. We jumped into this show, and have been burned basically through all 5 seasons. So I'm guessing the people who watched this as it came out really felt like you kind of grow with the character over the course of all these years, and again, our time frame with her was a lot shorter, but man, what an incredible character. What an incredible talent that she was, and just everything that she brought to the screen. And of course, we've mentioned multiple times how incredible we think the writing is, but you can write a great story on paper, but you still have to have people deliver the story, and nobody did it better. You couldn't convince me for anything that they could have found somebody better to play that role. And so I think, it's tough watching an episode when a character dies, knowing that it was the loss of the actual person's life. And when it's the way they ended season 5, they didn't really indicate anything about her passing at the end of season 5. So, a heavy episode to watch in a lot of regards. So as far as the story goes, I mean, a very heavy story. We saw Tommy made another attempt at his own life, and if it wasn't for Arthur, which there's definitely, I didn't think about it a lot right away when they said it, but as the episode was going on, you're thinking about all that symbolism, because how many times has Tommy had to come in and set Arthur straight? And everybody has to come in and set Arthur straight. And throughout the show, I don't want to say that Tommy's kind of had to act as Arthur's babysitter, but he's always the one that has to keep him in line, keep him in line, right? Yeah. And it was Arthur who came through, and if it wasn't for Arthur's actions when Tommy had to stop to get out of the car, if it wasn't for Arthur's, actions and his quick thinking, that would have been the end of it for Tommy. And of course, Lizzie was upset with him leaving a family behind and things like that. But incredibly powerful writing. Of course, the story progresses with Michael and Tommy and everything that's happening there, and the new character, the uncle, and I'm excited.
I was way wrong on who I thought that was, by the way.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see where this season goes. It doesn't feel like it's much of a continuation of the story from season 5 as far as the first episode is concerned. But when you get a 4-year time jump, that's going to happen. Part of me was hoping to hear a follow-up on the story with Mosley. Again, I don't know how stringent the writing wanted to stay to historical accuracies and what was going on in the political landscape in the UK in the mid-30s, so I can't speak to that. But it looks like we're going to be getting a whole new storyline here for season 6. But again, incredible writing, and again, we know it's been a handful of years, but as far as us as a crew in Peaky Blinders, and Paul will be sorely missed. So,
yeah, my review is solely going to be based on Helen here. As far as the episode goes, it was fantastic. I think Quinn and Andrew hit on most of what I would have talked about anyway. So the tribute here to Helen was absolutely amazing. The way it was shot, I will give kudos to Stephen Knight and this whole crew for having the guts to put that in, because they could have easily just said a couple things right and just not have done anything with it. So I do applaud their courage to have something kind of reflect, which I'm glad they did, because this was an absolute beautiful tribute. With the way it opens with, well, not the way it opens, but when Tommy gets to that third body and opens it up, no music, just pure emotion from Tommy, gets you sucked in immediately. So I'm glad they did not do any music to that. They just had the camera stay static and let you soak in Tommy's emotion, which we can easily get sucked into as well. Very emotional moment. Now we go, now I'm going to skip to the fire ceremony. That was, again, amazingly shot, amazingly done. I love the way, again, we just heard the fire, no music. They gave us the shots of each character, let us soak in for at least register the emotion a little bit as they were kind of flickering through. Gave us a couple seconds on each one. Again, the pictures that they had in there, fantastic for Helen inside that carriage wagon. And then as Michael gets done saying what he's going to do, we have that final shot of the fire and that smoke going up, and then we get Helen's eyes. So, one more time for the good time. Cheers to you, Helen. Thank you very much. Had a heavy investment in you. Woo! Thank you very much. Take it home.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of add to what Diamond Dave was saying in that, it almost felt like, and this is just a thank you to the writer, of course, and the people who created this show. It almost felt like a good way for audiences to say goodbye as well.
It was,
which I think is really, it's beautiful, and it's very much appreciated. And Diamond Dave, you did a great job of saying there's a number of different ways they could have just said, "Hey, she passed," and they could have shown and done the "Oh no, Aunt Paul," and then she's just kind of gone from the show, and they could have done that. And we've seen the funerals before with other characters, but the way they did it with her. Again, it's it was done again as a very symbolic way, as I think, for audiences to have their goodbyes as well. And there's one thing that I'll add as a reactor, and just as forget reactors, just as a person, as a human. It's interesting when we see celebrities pass, because depending on what role they played in your life, sometimes there's a lot of grief that comes with that, and there's always people when news of celebrities passing, there's always people that come in and, well, you didn't know them and they didn't have any impact in your life, and well, why are you upset about some celebrity dying or whatever. And I think it's always important to reflect that such a big part of our lives and everybody's life, I think, in some regard, is music and movies and entertainment. And you grow up and you literally grow up with with these entertainers and stuff, and it's like, look, I might not know this person personally whatsoever, but I can tell you for it's a short period of time for us, but for a number of years, how much enjoyment did an actor or an actress bring into people's lives. And I think it's perfectly okay. And this is of course, these guys reacted to this, and I think of when Paul Walker had passed.
Yeah.
I saw so much online about like, well, why do people care? It was just a celebrity. It's like, yeah, but he made people happy, made people smile, brought entertainment, and he was a really great guy too. Yeah. And so I think it's important that the writers kind of put in a spot to let people mourn not just the loss of a character, but in their own way, the loss of an incredible actress. I don't know much about her as a human being.
She was in Harry Potter though too, so we've seen her. We've seen her in some.
Well, and the thing
things.
too is so sucked into the show, so sucked into regular life here. Coming into this, it was like, Peaky Blinders, final season, right?
Yeah.
Completely forgetting real life instances, just getting sucked into, get lost in the episode, get lost with you. And then we got the slap in the face reminder of real life. And that's what kind of, hits. Because then even character, like you were saying, real life person, these characters that they play still get entangled into your personal things that make you think of something different of, yes, that person, that character, I can relate to so much because I experienced this or that, or it reminds me of an aunt or my grandma or my uncle, father, mother, etc., etc., etc. So the characters themselves are one thing. I can split the difference between reality and fiction. We still lost somebody. So again, while I didn't personally know her, she still brought, again, a lot of investment for me into the character. So losing her the way we did in real life to breast cancer, that's just, again, a huge bummer. And, things happen in life that make you reflect on things. Like I have a mother with cancer. I know you did. May she rest easy as well. And I'm sure you guys had some other things affect you too. So it just goes a little bit beyond than kind of like to what you were saying, that we didn't know her. Right, we didn't, but there's a lot of things that happen to Helen that are relatable.
Yep.
So,
well, I think it's also the connection of all of them. They're not just they're entertainers, but they put on such a great show that you just
get lost.
resonate with them,
and you get lost.
You get lost in their characters. Like me, being unknowing about what happened to her, I'm like, oh, how are they going to cope with the loss of Paul? Because she's so pivotal. She's so powerful. She's a great on-screen character. But then you could tell with all the characters, their loss was not just the show, it was also personal with them working with her on the show as well. So, look, this was a great episode.
Yeah.
Great dedication to Helen. May she rest easy one last time.
Yeah, the one thing, look, I think it's worth pointing out. Obviously, we wanted to have some fun with the last season, so we had our outfits and some props and stuff like this. And these were a table prop for us, just to have some fun. Obviously, with the theme of the show,
there is alcohol in there, but it's not like,
and it worked out.
It worked out.
It worked out well, and
because that's the thing. We didn't know that was going to happen this episode.
No,
I'm sure maybe folks watching knew that this was going to be the episode. We had no idea.
And the one thing that I will say, and I will say this, there's a little part of me that feels like, wow, we went into this episode and this is when we found out that such a pivotal character had passed, and it feels kind of
character in person,
right, in person, and it feels there's one side of me that's this much for a minute felt a little inappropriate that we dressed up and we did all this, and I felt a little inappropriate, but you know what I am going to say, and God, it's like 4 years since she's passed, but whatever you believe is what you believe, but how cool would it be for Helen to think that there's 4 dudes from the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin just watching shows, and we loved this product so much, her performances so much, that we all got dressed up with hats and vests and pocket watches. And here we are enjoying their show and having a drink.
She would have loved it.
I would think you'd think that somebody would enjoy that. Their something that they worked on had such a big impact. So again, for just a minute there, a little part of me felt like maybe these outfits, given the nature of everything happened in this episode, was a little inappropriate. And then I kind of flipped it a little bit and said, you know what, this is should probably be smiling down and saying, look at
good tribute.
Look at these guys. Mm-hmm. So we'll do it one more time, gentlemen.
One more time. This was a great episode. Hopefully you all enjoyed it as much as us. To Helen, catch you on the next one.